not lacking in the combo department. The only thing she really lacks is in the kill department. That's really just about it. Because her move is between 30 to 40, which is a very, very tight percent window. If you dash attack your opponent and they're DIing out or they're not DIing at all, you get dash attack to side B. You just kind of get like that early KO. Like that, as you can see. What's up, gamers? So we're back with another character guide, and as you can see, today is everyone's favorite top tier weasel, Kamiki Yuri. So Kamiki Yuri is a very good character. I kind of relate her to Roy in Smash Bros Ultimate. She has very good aerials, she's very fast, very good combo potential. The only difference between her and Roy is she doesn't have very good kill potential, but she does have a lot of moves that are safe on shield, that are basically makes her really hard to catch like the weasel she is. Because if you didn't know, she's a weasel. So let's just hop right into the buttons. So let's go into Kamiki Yuri's A moves. So Kamiki Yuri's A moves, her grounded A moves, they're pretty good. You're going to be using them a lot because a lot of them are really fast, mainly like up tilt and down tilt and stuff. So let's just jump into it. Kamiki, well, let's just call her Yuri. Yuri's jab is a multi-hitting jab. Does 13%, pretty good damage for a jab. And it's basically multi-hits. It's also a 2-button press jab because if you just tap the button, you get 1 slash. But if you press it twice, you get the multi-slashes. So it's basically, even though it's a lot of different hits, it's still a 2-button jab. And you can also just hold the A button to get the multi-hitting jabs. So you don't have to mash. You can just hold it. And if it hits while you're holding it, you get the rest of the jabs. If you hold it and you don't hit, you just get the 1 jab. So that's just kind of like a trick if a lot of people don't really know that. So you don't have to mash to get the jab. You could just press A and hold it, and if it hits, she'll just go through with the jab. Her jab is also really good. Her jab is fairly safe on shield. The opponents have to parry the last hit in order to punish it. So jab is very good to throw out. Like if you fall with forward air and you feel like you're going to get punished, you can just like mash out jab. It's a very good option to mash out on opponents. And if your opponent isn't ready to parry that last hit, you just kind of get away from free with jump, or you could like dash away. Action. So let's go. So her down tilt, she can cancel out with jump, as you can see from the blue flash. So basically how it goes, when you down tilt, you see a flash. And when you see that flash, you press jump. Another easy way to do it that a lot of people don't know about assaulters is you can also hold the jump button. So you can just go down tilt and hold jump, and you'll get the perfect jump without having to time it. It's very good. You can like down tilt and you can hold jump and hold back, and she'll jump back immediately from the cancel. Or you can down tilt hold forward and she'll jump forward immediately from the cancel. So that's very good. It's something that you really want to get used to, which is the timing for down tilt and basically holding jump, because the way it works is if you miss the down tilt, you won't jump immediately. So you'll notice it. So you can just stop holding the jump button and go for a different option. But if you're holding it to jump, you'll automatically jump after hitting the down tilt. Very, very good. Something you definitely want to get used to doing, because down tilt is her longest grounded move. As you can see, it has some really good distance. Also, down tilt has 2 hitboxes. It has a tipper hitbox. Let me see if I can get close enough. That sends them further above Yuri. And it has a in hitbox that sends them a little bit further out from Yuri. What you always want to go for is the tipper hitbox. You may because the tipper hitbox is a lot harder to punish. Also makes a lot of confirms a lot easier. And the sad part about down tilt is it stops comboing like around 50 to 60%. But at lower percentages, it's a very good combo tool. You do things like down tilt up air. You do things like down tilt forward air. And my favorite thing to do is like kind of on the edge of the stage is down tilt back air. So you can do things like that. You can even do down tilt back air on stage. I like doing it at the edge of the stage because it has more of a chance killing. But like around 70% to 80%, it kind of like stops comboing, and it's really hard to get those hits after it. So it just kind of like becomes a juggle move. So that's really just about it for her down tilt. Like I say, it's one of her basically assaulter moves, which lets her cancels. As you can see, like at 100, you don't get anything else. So at 100, down tilt just kind of becomes a move you throw out to get opponents off the ground or to stop them from doing grounded approaches. So let's go into her up tilt. Yuri's up tilt is actually really good. It hits in front of her, as you can see. Also hits behind her, as you can see. And it is also one of her main combo tools. So let me just put Sophia at 0% and I can show it off. So you can do things like up tilt into up tilt. You can do things like up tilt into dash up tilt up air. Because if you want to chain the up tilts together, you have to dash forward. You can't stand in one spot in up tilt at higher percentages. So you kind of have to go up tilt dash up tilt. That's how you'll chain her up tilts together. So you really want to get used to doing that. But up tilt combos into a lot. So you can do things like up tilt back air. You can also do things like, I have a friend that mains Yuri and he showed me this. You can do things like up tilt. Oh, percents might be too high. But you can also do things like up tilt down air. You can do things like up tilt to up air, of course. And I think that might be it for up tilt. It's just really good. Very good move to run at opponents and turn around and throw it out because the back hitbox is a lot safer than the forward hitbox because it ends. And basically at those higher percentages, it eventually stops combo, but it is a very good juggle move. As I was saying before, you can do things like up tilt dash up tilt, up tilt jump down air, things like that. You can do up tilt neutral air for neutral air juggles. Just a very, very good combo starting move. And when you get those combos started with Yuri, she's a very good juggle character. Her Sophia and Thanatos are very, very good at keeping opponents in the sky with their upwards knocking moves. And as you see, up tilt jump down air. Sophia's up is so busted. But that'll do it for up tilt. We've covered jab. We've covered down tilt. So let's cover her forward strong. Her forward strong is, as you can see, it has some pretty good startup. It's not the fastest move considering a lot of her moves are very, very fast. This is probably her slowest one. It's ridiculously slow. Also, for how slow it is, it's not as strong. As you can see, edge of the stage at like 60, Sophia did not die. So that means it would have taken like a little bit of charge. So it's one of those moves I only recommend doing if you like have a read. So you maybe, you know, somebody's going to roll. So you just dash back and forward smash. Well, forward strong. But it's not that safe. So it's hard punishable if you throw it out. And it's really, really slow. So you have to get a really good read with this move. I don't find myself using it a lot unless I know it's going to hit. Or I'm doing it from a distance where I can't get punished like someone's on the edge. And I'm expecting a roll. So I dash back and I forward strong. And if they don't roll into it, it's okay because we're a good enough distance to where we can't get punished. So that's kind of how you want to use it. You basically kind of want to use it as like a predictive punish. But I don't really use it that much. Like I say, it's not as strong as the other forward strongs. And I feel like for like how much startup it has, it should definitely be stronger. But sadly, it is not. So let's talk about her dash attack. Sophia, Yuri's dash attack is her other cancelable move. So she has down tilt. Let me KO. She has down tilt and she has dash attack. Yuri's dash attack is basically a double kick move. And the thing about this is this move will jump over low buttons. Like Thanatos' down tilt, Sophia's down tilt, moves that aim specifically really low. This move will jump over it, and the first kick will beat out a lot of moves, and it won't stop her. So the first hit doesn't suffer from hit collision. So if you collide with somebody with the first hit, you'll get the second hit. Sad part about this is, as you can see, the wait time after doing it, it's not that safe. So it's not something you could just throw out like her down tilt. So if you're throwing out the dash attack, you want to make sure that you do hit the dash attack. The best thing about the dash attack is, like I said, is one of her cancelable assault moves. So you can go dash attack, hold jump, and get forward air. So just like down tilt, when you hit it, you can hold jump, and that's how you'll get basically your immediate cancel input. As you can see, you can hold jump and jump backwards. You can hold jump and go forward. And dash attack combos into a lot of things. It combos into forward air. It also combos into up air. You can even get cheeky and do things like dash attack, down air. So that's another really good thing you can do. But like the sad part about dash attack is around like mid percentages, it becomes really hard to combo with. It kind of stops comboing, and the only thing you could really get out of it is probably a forward air, which isn't that good. Like it's damage, but it's not that good because Yuri's forward air rarely kills. That's kind of like a little trick you can use, but that's more of an advanced kind of thing when you get used to wave dashing out of cancelable moves. Kind of like that. But basically for dash attack at those higher percentages, it won't really combo anymore. And since it's one of her most punishable moves, at higher percentages, you won't really be throwing this move out a lot. You'll basically be using this move to catch opponents' landings. And that's basically what dash attack will be, where you chase with up air and someone air dodges down and you dash attack to put them back in the sky. Another good thing about dash attack is at around 30%. It's between 30 to 40, which is a very, very tight percent window. If you dash attack your opponent and they're DIing out or they're not DIing at all, you get dash attack to side B, which is a very, very good kill confirm. Like I say, and that's if your opponent's DIing out or they're not DIing at all. You can get that confirmed. If they're the only way you miss it is if they're DIing in. But that'll do it for dash attack. And I actually think that'll do it for all of Yuri's A moves. So that's dash attack, down tilt, her jab, and her strong. Oh, can't forget up tilt either. So that'll do it for her A moves. Let's jump into her B moves. So Yuri has some pretty good B moves. She actually has a projectile. She has a counter, as you can see. Has a pretty standard up B. It's not as good as it used to be. Her up B used to be very, very good. And she has her side B, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen. So let's just jump right into neutral B. So neutral B, she kind of throws out a basically like wind pinwheel, we can call it. Like a wind blade. Let's just call it a wind blade. She throws out a wind blade. And all of her B moves change when she has an orb. As you can see, like above her name, it kind of has a bar. And you get an orb, the bar fills up. You can get another orb, the bar fills up. By default, she can hold 2 stocks of these orbs. And all of her B moves take 1 stock, except for her side B. So neutral B, like I say, is a pinwheel. Well, wind blade. Let's call it wind blade. And on regular hit, without being charged, it just does a regular hit. That's about it. When you get the orb, I forgot it also goes farther when you get the orb. But when you get the orb, it hits harder. It basically becomes an enhanced version of the pinwheel, wind blade. I don't know why, because I keep calling it a pinwheel because for this skin, it looks like a pinwheel. But as you can see right there, 20 damage from a projectile. And the angle it goes, it covers jumps. And like I say, the regular one doesn't go as far, but the enhanced one goes basically like full stage. So it's a very good projectile to like throw out, stop your opponent from jumping. What a lot of Yuri mains do with this projectile is, let's see if I can get an orb, is they knock opponents off stage and then use it for KOs because it doesn't have like super strong knockback, but it has pretty good knockback. It's something that your opponent has to watch out for because if you snipe someone off stage with it, it will kill them at like really, really early percentages. And at lower percentages, I'll try and get it. I'm not as good as doing it, but I have a friend that's a Yuri main and he always gets it because it's such a good situation because if you hit both of them, you just kind of get like that early KO. Like that, as you can see. So that'll do it for her neutral B. And also one more thing about her neutral B is you cannot have more than 1 out. So as you can see, if you mash it, you only get 1 wind blade. You can only have 1 out. That's really just about it. So you have to wait till the first one you throw disappears before you can throw another one. So let's get into her down B. Yuri's down B is actually a counter, and it's a very unique counter. It's a counter that you can release. As you can see, you can hold it, and you can release it. Now, the thing, holding it doesn't make it any stronger. But holding it gives you more time to counter things. And the thing about Yuri's counter is it sends opponents behind her. As you can see right there, I countered Sophia's down air, and it sent her like behind me. And as you see, when you press down B, she just swings. The swing of the sword is the counter hit. You can hold it for a little while, so that's kind of the best thing about her counter. But if anything hits her when she's doing that swing, she will counter it. So you can do things like counter your orbs, and you'll dash through, because she can also counter projectiles, and believe it or not, her orbs count as projectiles. So that's kind of like something sneaky you could do to your opponents. But that slash right there, that is the moment that your counter goes off. And if that slash hits anything, basically an attacking move, she counters it and throws the opponent behind her. The best and the change that comes with the counter when you have an orb is you can hold it and wait for that time. So that's the difference between regular counter and counter with the orb. The regular counter, you just kind of get to counter things. In the orb counter, you hold it and wait for that one moment, and then you get the counter. So that's the difference between her regular counter and the orb counter. And like I say, her counter is the blade swing. So it's not just pressing down B. So she, like I say, she has a counter, but it doesn't activate immediately. It doesn't activate until she swings. So if you're timing it like you're trying to counter opponents, you have to hit them with the swing of the sword, or you have to counter their move with the swing of the sword. Because if you don't, and you just do regular, as you can see, I didn't counter the orb because I didn't swing yet. So like I say, you have to counter something with the swing of the sword. That's the difference between her counter and like other people's counters. So let's go into her up B. We'll talk about side B last. So let's get rid of the orbs. Yuri's up B, she uses a wind blast, throw herself upwards. That's really just about it. Her up B doesn't go as far as it used to. As you can see, it doesn't. Oh my gosh, I made that. Was not expecting to make that. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't go as far. Like, it goes really far straight up, but she doesn't really have much float from the side. So like a lot of times you want to aim to like be under the stage. That way you can kind of like up B and like ride the stage up as far as you can. But from when she's not under the stage, it does not go that far because she does not have that much aerial drift. Now, that's regular up B. Her up B with the orb completely changes. Also, on startup, up B is a hit. And it just kind of like knocks opponents away. As you can see, so it doesn't really matter what side they're on. It just kind of knocks them away. So I did want to throw that out there. I mean, you won't really be using it on stage. It's kind of like a punish or anything. You'll just kind of be mainly using it for recovery. Now with an orb, her up B becomes basically a double jump. As you can see, she gave herself like a extra lift by throwing a wind blade downwards. So that's the difference between her regular up B and her orb up B. Another thing that comes with her orb up B is her up B becomes a spike. As you heard, like the spike down motion. So her regular up B becomes a 2-hit and it spikes downwards. She also gets more drift sideways after doing it. So as you saw, like with her first up B, she just kind of, like with her regular up B, she just kind of went up and down. With the boosted up B, she glides forward more. Also, I've been talking with my friend, and he told me that Yuri's up B actually flies back if you go backwards with it. As you can see like that, because she kind of throws the beam and throws herself backwards. So what I've seen him do a lot is he kind of uses it as a trick, like when he's trying to recover, how I'll up B backwards with Thanatos. What he does is he up B's backwards with Yuri so that he can fly back further and get higher. And he even holds down past the ledge, because if you hold down past the ledge and get that spike right there, you can spike opponents who's been trying to like edge guard you. So it's a very good edge reversal because that spike hits really, really hard. It hits really hard. So like I say, if you're trying to recover with Yuri, one of the best ways to recover is to up B backwards and float, because you get more float if you go backwards. As you can see right there, as opposed to going forward, because the blade kind of throws her backwards. So that's kind of like a little up B trick to go along with her up B. Now let's talk about her side B. Her side B is a dash. And as you can see, the regular non-boosted side B basically hits opponents and causes them to crumble. Now, in that state, it's basically a tech chase, because from doing this, your opponent can get up attack or they can roll. But if you read the roll behind you, you can forward strong. If you read the roll away, you can chase with dash attack. Or if you read the get up attack, you can jump and punish with an aerial. So it does lead to a pretty good tech chase, but a lot of times, a lot of people don't really use this version of the side B that much because you don't get a lot out of it. Like, that's not a true combo, that's just they didn't tech. So this was basically if you're just trying to like read your opponent, because it sets up tech chases. But with one orb, I picked up two. With one orb, it becomes a slash combo. And that slash combo knocks opponents into the sky. And you can also combo after this one. As you can see, we managed to get the slash up into the forward air. So that one's basically like a good move to throw out. And also, it is one of, side B is one of her best kill moves. Even if they're like, or you don't have both orbs and you only have one orbs, it's still one of her best kill moves, because the launch potential on side B with orbs are really, really good. Her side B is one of the reasons why I think she's one of the best characters in the game, because you just kind of hold this as a kill move and opponents will get obliterated. As I showed you before, like at 66, her forward strong didn't KO Sophia, but the level 2 version of the side B definitely will. So that's why I say you won't really be using forward strong much, because in situations where you can forward strong, you can also side B. Now, the thing about Yuri is she recently went through a change. Before, when she side B with orbs, she would not do the entire combo. But now, even if you don't hit anything with side B, you still do the slash, as you can see. And your opponents can punish you for doing that. They also gave it more aerial in lag. So the second side B has more in lag now. So you can't just kind of throw it out, because her side B is also one of her best recovery moves. Because as I said before, her recovery isn't the best, but she does have mix-ups with side B, because you can side B to get yourself closer to the edge. The sad part is the side B that you want to use to recover most with is the level 1 side B. So in certain situations, because you see it kind of gives you another jump. So in certain situations where you feel like you're going to get edge guarded and you have 2 orbs, you might be forced to burn 1 orb just so you can get this side B right there. Because that's the side B you want to use for recovery, because the 2 orb side B, or even the 3 orb side B, which is a sticker she has way more aerial in lag than the first one. So as you can see, it's a very good recovery tool. At lower percentages with 1 orb, it's a good combo tool. So you can do things like side B into forward air or side B into down air. And at higher percentages with 2 orbs, it becomes a reliable kill move. As you can see, Sophia's at 50 and it almost killed from center stage at 50. Like I say, a very, very reliable kill move, especially if you're in the lead and you can hit this move at like 70 near the edge and you just kind of get a kill and you just kind of get that one to like just kind of start get the combo path started like that. It's really good. It's a very, very good move. I've been trying to, when I was playing her, I've been trying to get used to using the level 1 side B to build up early damage. Because once your opponents are like at 70, they're at kill percent. So they can't really do anything crazy. Because at 70, Yuri can punish with side B and get a kill. That's the one thing a lot of Yuris like doing. You get them to 70, you punish them with the side B, and you get a kill. So that'll do it for neutral B, down B, side B, and up B. So let's go into her aerials. Now, Yuri's aerials are where she shines at the most. Her aerials are very good Very little in lag, very hard to punish. You have to parry them to get the punish. They have very big range. They're just all around very good. Good for juggling, good for comboing, good for keeping people out. She's a very good aerial styled character. So let's just hop right into it. The first thing I want to talk about when I talk about her aerials before I go into the independent moves is her aerials don't have much range, as you can see. They're not that long. They're pretty stubby. Back air is probably her longest one, and that's really just about it. But her aerials are affected by her orb mechanic. So with one orb, her aerials get longer. As you can see, it kind of has like that swipe streak on it. So her aerials get longer with the orbs she have. They also do, I want to say 1% more damage based on orbs. So I think if you have one orb, you do 1% more. And if you have two orbs, you do 2% more. They still have the same range, no matter how many orbs you have. They just have more range than normal, as you can see. So with the orbs, her aerials become really, really safe on shield. Her aerials are already pretty safe on shield, but they become even more safe on shield, and they become even longer. And they get that like 1% of extra damage, because as you can see, you see like the extended wind blade. I'm going to try and hit Sophia with it so you can see that even that does damage. Like that, as you can see, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. And that's because I have the two orbs that give me that extra percentage of damage when I'm doing my aerial moves. So that's just one thing to know about her aerial moves is they're very safe, and you want to throw them out a lot when you have the orbs. So now let's get into the moves individually. Yuri's neutral air is very good. A very good combo starter, very good juggle move. You can do things like neutral air into up tilt, into neutral air, into double jump neutral air. It's very fast, so you can like full hop neutral air into falling up air. You can neutral air into double jump up air. You can neutral air into double jump up air, as I said before. But her neutral air is very, very good. Her neutral air, that was definitely back air, but her neutral air also has a hit, like it knocks people forward in front of her. As you can see, Sophia's kind of like flying in front of me after hitting it, and even if I hit it, she still flies upwards in front of me. The thing about this move is it has a pretty good hitbox behind her, so you can land on people and hit them from behind you with it. So you can do things like landing neutral air into turnaround back air, as you can see. Because if you do it forward, they fly up too far, because that's basically the strong spot of neutral air. So to get the double jump back air, you want to land on them backwards to get the soft spot of neutral air, so you can get the turnaround back air. But like I say, it's one of her good combo moves. I know she's an assaulter, so a lot of people like going for down tilt and dash attack, but a lot of her combo moves come from her aerials, and neutral air is one of the best ones, as you can land on people with neutral air, get neutral air into up tilt, or neutral air into up tilt. Basically things like that. Neutral is a very, very good combo move. And like I say, you have things like neutral air turnaround back air. You have things like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it, percents might be too high, but you have like neutral air into double jump side B. Things like that. So her neutral is very, very good. Very good. Like I say, very good for comboing. As you can see, the hitbox behind her, knocks opponents above you. So you can just kind of juggle and combo with it. And it keeps opponents above you, because that's what Yuri wants. Yuri wants her opponents to be above her. That way she can keep them off the ground and keep punishing them with her really fast aerials. So we talked about neutral air. Let's talk about forward air. Forward air is a multitude of slashes, as you can see. The last hit knocks opponents upwards. So it's not really a reliable kill move. It's just another move to put opponents upwards. So that's kind of the sad thing. Like if you catch up, as you can see, I caught like Sophia really close, like off the edge, and it's still barely killing. And because that's how far upwards the move sends, it doesn't really kill forward, and you will rarely get kills with up air. I mean with forward air. It's basically like a combo ender to basically like seal off that damage. 129 for the kill, and I believe that's because she wasn't DIing. Another good thing about up air is the multi-hits drag up, as you can see. So you can fall on opponents with forward air into things like forward air, jab, or you can do things like space forward air. Oops, I got the last hit. space falling forward air into down tilt. So you can do things like that. And like I say, it'll basically be used as a combo ender, as a mix up for like falling forward air into down tilt, or falling forward air into jab. Basically things like that. But forward air just kind of covers jumps, gives you that damage. A lot of times you won't be using it that much unless it is your combo ender. Kind of like that. Forward air for the combo ender. So let's talk about up air. Up air is really, really good. Very big hitbox. You can fall on opponents with it. It's used to juggle. As you see, it covers a wide range. It just covers so much. It just lets her kind of like continue to juggle opponents. It's very fast. You can throw out multiple in a jump. You can land on opponents with it because it starts kind of like from up under her, behind her. So you can jump at opponents backwards and fall on them with up air to get up air strings. Like I say, her up air is really, really good. Really good, really big hitbox, especially with the orb boost. And it's a very good juggle tool. You just kind of jump and throw it out, and opponents have a really hard time punishing it because her aerials are so safe. Very, very good mix-up aerial if you want to mix up your landing. As you can see, triple up air. Her aerials don't do a lot of damage because she's a very like safe and fast character, but they do rack up damage very fast because she can throw out so many, and your opponent has to struggle hitting you. And you can just kind of like link together aerials like up air into back air or neutral air into back air, things like that. So she does have some really good aerials, and like I said, her aerials are where she shines at. So let's talk about back air. Back air is by far Yuri's best move. If you fought a Yuri, back air and side B are probably the reason why you lost the match. Her back air is absolutely ridiculous. As you can see, hits extremely hard. Like, look at like the way the game freezes when she hits the back air. Really strong. Like probably her longest aerial. Lots of space. You can space it on shield because it is safe on shield. Your opponents have to parry this back air in order to punish it. So a lot of Yuris just kind of like throw out back air, and they hit back airs because the back air just hits so hard. They just kind of see Yuri just throwing it out because it's so strong. And that's even like without the orbs. The orbs just give it that extra percentage. But like even without the orbs, it's just really strong, a really big hitbox, and you just use it to cover jumps. So one thing I always recommend with Yuri is if you plan on playing her, getting used to dashing and doing a raw back air, which is a run in reverse back air, so that you dash forward and turn in back air, so that you're not stuck to dashing forward and forward air. So like I say, you dash forward and then you turn, and immediately when you turn, you jump. That way you're backwards so that you can turn, so that you can approach and throw out back airs like that. That's one thing I definitely recommend with Yuri, because her back air is how you're going to get a lot of moves, and a lot of people are never expecting to turn back air. They're never expecting to have to worry about back air when they see you running at them. Back air is just very, very strong. So that'll do it. We've covered back air, up air, forward air. Let's talk about down air. Down air is a very good move. Very, very safe on shield. If your opponents aren't expecting you to land with down air, it's very, very safe. Your opponents kind of have to parry it, kind of like back air and kind of like forward air. One thing is, Yuri is one of the few characters in the game with a comboing down air. I know a lot of characters can't really combo from their down airs, but Yuri definitely can because of how little in lag her down air has. So you can do things like down air, up tilt, down air, like that. Or you can do things like neutral air, down air. Almost got the up air out, but neutral air, that was forward air. But you kind of get what I'm saying. Her down air is really strong, and even at these like mid percentages, you can go like down tilt, back air. For things like that, her down air is really, really good. Because like I say, like a lot of characters in the game can't combo after the down airs because their down airs don't have enough hit stun. But Yuri's definitely does. So you can do things with her down air. I've even seen some people get like down air to jump side B. Things like that. So like her, like I say, her down air is really, just really good. I've also seen, like, as you can see right there, like down air into up B. I showed before, like down air into back air. down air into up air. Her down air is just very, very good. It kind of like reminds me of Roy's down air. It gives her like very good combo potential, mix up potential. As you can see, you could do like landing double down air, and the spike hits really hard. Like, it's not a small hitting spike. It's a very, very strong spike. So I'd say you can do like down air into up B. Still not used to using her up B. But down air's just like really, really good. Also, it's really fast. So you can just kind of wait on the edge. And if somebody's recovering, you can just jump in down air. Because it's really, it comes out, her down air comes out really, really fast. And it covers a lot on the edge. So you can like do things like run off, jump back on down air. And you don't lose much because her down air is so safe. And it has such little in lag that even if you miss it, you're still in advantage. As you can see, Sophia's up B is so busted. Most characters that would have destroyed them. But they'll do it for down air. So we cover back air, forward air, up air, neutral air, and down air. So let's talk about her grab. So the thing that stops Yuri from being a good character, an exceptional character, is Yuri does not have any combos from grab. As you can see, the only thing she gets from grab is stage control, like that. So her forward throw is basically kind of like a kick forward out, and it just kind of gets opponents away from you. You can just kind of use this move if you need to like run back and collect an orb, basically like knock your opponent off stage so you don't lose much stage control for going to get an orb. And her back throw is a wind blast backwards. And that's really just about it. At really, really high percentages, it may kill. I've never seen the back throw kill. I feel like at some percentages, it might kill. Maybe like around 170. That's if they're not like DIing it or anything like that. But it might be very rare. Like by that time, you probably get a kill with back air. Because at 157, I believe back air will kill from anywhere on the stage. Yeah, so it's like you won't really be getting a kill with back throw. Like I say, her throws are basically to just get opponents off of you and to get opponents away from orbs because they don't combo or anything like that. That's kind of the sad part with Yuri's throws. They don't really set up for much. Like some people do things like forward throw into neutral B. So if opponents like immediately jump, they get hit by the neutral B, or they do things like back throw into jump neutral B like that. That's not true. But if your opponent, a lot of opponents don't expect to have to jump after Yuri's back throw because she doesn't get anything from Yuri's back throw. So they're not expecting the neutral B. So it's basically like something you can use to like catch your opponents off guard. But that's really just about it for her throws. I feel like if she had like a comboing throw or like a reliable kill throw that relied on her orbs, she would be really, really good. So I can see why they don't want to give that to her. Because her buttons are so good. So her having like really good buttons and then having like a way to get a kill from throw would be really, really crazy. But I think she deserves it. So that will basically do it for her grab. Let's talk about combos. So Yuri's main grounded combo starters are going to be like down tilt, because you can cancel down tilt into jump into other aerials. So you can do things like down tilt into neutral air into double jump up air. You can do things like down tilt into up air. And at those mid percentages, you can do things like down tilt into double jump back air. But at like around 70, down tilt only really combos into up air, as you can see right there. Like at 80, I might be able to get, nope, too high for down tilt back air. So yeah, like around 80, if you hit a down tilt, you'll just be going for up air. And at 100, down tilt will stop comboing altogether. So at that point, you need to be getting your kills. Technically, you need to be hitting those side Bs and getting kills really early. If your opponent lives too long, that's when Yuri suffers. Another combo starter is dash attack. Dash attack's very good for low percent combos. As you can see, you can do dash attack. But in order for it to combo, you have to get the jump cancel. You have to remember that. You have to get the jump cancel in order to get those punishes. One of the main combos I like going for, like I said it before, like from 30 to 40, I think percentages might be too high. Nope. From like 30 to 40, you can get dash attack into side B if your opponent isn't DIing in. If they DI in, you can't get it. So but you'll be able to get things like dash attack into down air if they DI in. But if they're DIing out or they're not DIing at all, you can get dash attack into side B. And a way to get this confirmed is you have to double jump after the dash attack. So you have to go dash attack, jump cancel, double jump, side B. Like that. That's how you'll get it. You have to remember, after the dash attack, jump cancel, you have to jump again. So dash attack, double jump, and then side B. But it only works between 30 to 40. After that, dash attack kind of stops comboing after around 50. So you're going to be using down tilt if you're trying to get grounded combos. But like I said before, a lot of her combos come from her aerials. So even at 0%, one of your main combo starters can be neutral air. As you can see, neutral air leads into up tilt. Neutral air leads into neutral air, neutral air, neutral air. Or you can do like neutral air into up air. So like I said, neutral is a very, very good combo starter with her. You just kind of jump and throw it around. And if you hit it, you get those combos. And like I said, you can combo from forward hit of neutral air. You can also combo from back hit of neutral air. It's just a very, very good combo heavy move. As you can see, neutral is a very, very good combo starter. She also has, like I taught with down air, because down air combos in up tilt. Down air combos into neutral air. As you can see, down air combos into back air. As you can see, it also combos into, as I missed my side B, but it also combos into side B. Down air also combos into up B. So you can do like the spike. Down air combos into a lot. So like I said, if your opponent's not expecting it, like that, as you can see, you can get those like cheeky combos with down air. So down air is also a very, very good combo move to like basically like finesse opponents if they're expecting the neutral air or you don't think you're going to hit the neutral air. You can fall with down air and you get that spike and you just kind of get those combos going. We talked about down tilt, dash attack. Let's talk about up tilt. Up tilt's a very good juggle combo starter because Yuri has a lot of combos. She's not lacking in the combo department. The only thing she really lacks is in the kill department. That's really just about it because her moves don't kill as hard. But you can do things like up tilt into up air. You can do things like up tilt into back air. You can do up tilt into neutral air, up tilt into forward air. Up tilt just kind of goes into all of her aerials really, really well. And at lower percentages, up tilt even chains into itself. But to remember, in order to get it to chain into itself, you have to dash forward. You can't just stand in one spot. You got to dash forward to get the up tilts to chain into themselves. You can do things like up tilt jump down air. You can do things like up tilt jump up B. So like I say, really, really cheeky combos. Just kind of like your imagination just kind of flies with Yuri when you hit those moves that you want to hit. And you could do so much with her. She's a really, really good character. And the only time she really struggles is when your opponents are like out of those combo ranges. So it's just kind of stuck to a hit for hit neutral. In a lot of matches, you'll realize you're stuck to throwing out back airs because you're not able to hit those side Bs like you want to hit them. So like that. But basically, Yuri's a really good move. You kind of jump around your opponents and whiff punish them for trying to stop you. And then always remind them that you have the ground game. And that's kind of how the combo game will work with neutral. And basically for Yuri's neutral altogether, you basically want to constantly be moving. Like I say, you have really good buttons. You have a lot of different combo starters and combo extending moves. So just about any move you hit can get you going with Yuri. And you want to juggle your opponent and keep them above you. So anything you have that can keep your opponent above you, that's what you want to do. Force your opponent to go off stage and then get sneak kills with neutral B. But you want to like basically keep your opponent above you because she excels when she's juggling opponents, and then punish those options for them to get away from you with side B. So you basically want to juggle them, keep them in the sky, and when they think they're going to get away, you just read that option with side B, and if that was level 2 side B, it would have been a kill. But even at higher percentages, level 1 side B would get a kill. And the main aerial you want to use is back air. Just kind of space around with back air, and when you feel like you have that chance to go in, you can do things like back air, double jump, back air, falling neutral air to get the combo started. Or you could do like back air as I showed before. You could do things like back air, falling down air to get the combo started. So like down air into back air. You could do like back air, falling up air to get the combo started, things like that. Because your opponents are going to be scared of that back air because, like I said, it hits so hard. That back air destroys opponents. Another good way to get kills is the spike on her up B is really, really strong. So when you're fighting opponents, you can always knock them off stage, threaten with the back air, and make them go low. That way you can hit them with the up B. You can threaten with the back air and hit them with the up B to like get spikes down. If they decide to like go low, you can just follow them low and go for the up B because that spike hits really hard. The only downside to Yuri that she has is she can't go off stage and get kills. Like she can't pressure opponents off stage because her recovery isn't the best. And coming back, you end up wasting your orbs, which gives you an advantage. So a lot of opponents, you're forced to like kind of kill them on stage with side B, or probably like kill them near the ledge with back air, which is really hard to do. So that's where Yuri struggles. She doesn't get like a lot of offstage cheeky kills because she doesn't really have good tools that allow her to come back without wasting her resources that already make her a good character. So that'll do it for Yuri. We've talked about her aerials, her specials, her grab, her combo moves. Like I say, she's a very good character, really hard to catch character. She puts on a lot of pressure. She's very annoying. A lot of people don't like her. But once you get it down pat, you understand the matchups. She's a very, very hard character to fight. She literally only loses to the characters that are better than her. And I do want to say she kind of struggles with characters that run away from her. Kind of like Derek. He'd probably be the only legit projectile character she struggles against because Derek has a very long whiff punish range because of gun. But other than that, Yuri's a very good character. Like I say, I still think she's top 5. Wherever you have high tier at, she's at the end of high tier. She always will be, and she will always be there because of this move right here. And as long as it's that strong, as long as she can get kills with it, she has a sticker that makes it even stronger. So like, Yuri will always be a ridiculous character to play and a really good character. So, like I said, if the guide helps, if it helped you out any, or you have any questions like about what stickers to use for, because this is a beginner guide, so I don't really talk about the stickers because I'm assuming if you have stickers for her, you're not a beginner with her anymore. So you probably already know this. This is for the people who are thinking about getting Yuri. But combos, neutral, any other questions you have with her or any problems you have with her, or any questions in like certain matchups, leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know. And like I always say, I hope this guy helps you out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.